This here is a snake skin. I'm Otavio, and today I'm going to show you what work is really like here at the Butantan Institute. Smells like tilapia.
It's a male.
It's a male.
See, it's an extra nail. Wow.
Look at the size of this thing, man. Look, there's Godzilla.
Honestly, a bite from this animal would really rip off a hand.
Wow, I'm really uncomfortable. Man, did you see how strong she is?
Yes.
Is 4.5 meters the maximum size an anaconda can reach? No.
No, that's the size of one of our animals.
And are we going in here? Yes, I see. What's the maximum size of one of these creatures?
It can reach up to 12, 10.
The females. 12? Yeah, 12. You probably already know the Butantan Institute. Maybe you came here on a school field trip when you were a kid, or at least you've seen it in some TV report. No wonder. It's one of the most important research centers in Brazil. But there's a part here that's new and that few people know about yet, where amazing things are happening. And that's what I'm going to show you today. And my guide today will be Chris, a researcher here at Butantan. She's actually from LEV. What does LEV mean, Chris?
A laboratory of ecology and evolution.
Very fancy. And when we think of Butantan, we usually think of snakes. But there are other animals here.
Yes, there are many other animals here.
Many, and some of my favorites here are turtles. Is that right, Chris?
That's right. We have tortoises here. Really?
Wow, this one is huge, isn't it?
This one is big.
Does it have a name?
No, the tortoises, some have names because they came with names, right? But we identify them by their microchip.
So I'm going to call this one Emilio. Hey, Chris, this one is a tortoise.
It's a tortoise.
How is it different from a turtle?
So this one is exclusively terrestrial, but we have several records. And actually, they love to bathe, they go into the water and swim very well. Many times we're surprised by their ability with all that weight, to see the animals swimming in our lakes.
This one is acting like a dog, coming right up like he wants to be petted.
Yeah, these tortoises are pretty used to people because many of them already came from some families. That's why they were voluntarily brought here to Butantan. So they're used to being around people. Some of them follow us. They like affection, so we end up interacting with them a lot.
Are reptiles capable of showing affection? Can they be pets?
Absolutely. All animals are sentient beings capable of having feelings and experiencing emotions, both positive and negative. Yeah, these signs are really hard for us to identify. So we really need to know the biology of the species, understand the animal's characteristics, and often also get to know their personality. These animals have personalities just like we do.
Can I hold it?
You can. With these animals, you must always be careful when holding them, especially on the sides. They don't actually have such a pronounced neck or head movement to bite you, but for safety reasons, we always hold them a little further back. And there are a few specific things to keep in mind. We can determine the sex of these animals after a certain age by looking at what? We call this part the carapace, and this part we call the plastron. So we look at the curvature, right? This curvature, when the animal is very curved, it's male. Why is it male? Because he needs to fit this curvature against the female when mating.
So this is the male then?
And there's another reason too. These are animals that lay eggs. So let's imagine that this is the plastron and this is the carapace. Yes. If the female were curved, there wouldn't be space in this colomic cavity to store the eggs. So she needs space, so the female is straight and the male is curved. Look at the difference here. See?
It's much more concave.
It's much more...
Look, this one here, this is concave and convex using turtles as an example. I get it. Can I see if Emilio is male or female? Let's go. Let me try to lift him. Wow, he must be heavy.
He is. He's male.
He's male. Hey, Emilio. And Chris, there was something when I was a kid. I was an asthmatic child. And there was this superstition, this belief that if you had one of these animals here, it would cure the child's asthma.
No.
That's all? It doesn't cure anything? No. Where do you think that came from?
I don't know where that story started. I also heard you had to drink tortoise blood sometimes. Was that real? There was tortoise blood that was supposed to help with these respiratory issues too, but no.
I think your work is really important to demystify these things. Because my mother bought a pair of turtles for me to have at home to try to cure my asthma. And there's another one here that I know people buy a lot as a pet, which is this water turtle. Is it a water turtle? Yes.
Yes, water turtle.
It gets huge when we see it, right? Sometimes it's tiny and all, but they grow a lot, right?
These animals are already different. These are exotic, right? And this one too. Sexing this animal is different. This is already an aquatic animal. They come out of the water to sunbathe, to thermoregulate, exactly when, to stay in the sun, to warm up their body temperature. So on very cold days, in the winter, for example, their feeding rate drops a lot. We see that there's leftover food. It's because their metabolism has slowed down. Yes. But for example, the sexing of these animals is different from tortoises. It has nothing to do with here, their plastron will always be flat. Okay, so how do we tell the male from the female? Then we can look at the size of the nails. The males have longer nails because during mating, they need to hold on to the female. Look at the size of the front nails.
I can see that she's really scratching me.
See, you can tell that one nail is, wow, longer, right? And his little tail back here, it's bigger. Why is that? Because the male, when he mounts, he has to curve his tail so he can insert it into the female.
Does he have sex with his tail?
Yeah, because actually these animals, they don't have that. They have a cloaca. And at the exit of the cloaca, we have the whole genitourinary part. And reproductive, so everything comes out there, right? The reproductive part, the intestine, everything comes out through the same opening.
But speaking of exotic animals, there's another turtle here that I think is amazing that we're going to show now, right? Yes. But you don't handle it, right? No.
No, so...
Check out how big this is. Look, there's Godzilla.
Yeah, this one is Sophia.
Sophia?
Right? Yeah, Sophia was also an animal that was donated to us. She's a snapping turtle.
That's not from Brazil.
No, it's not from Brazil. And it's an extremely aggressive species, okay? But you should always take all precautions during handling. Everyone should be very alert and very careful because a bite from this animal can really take off a hand.
I've seen videos on the internet, really, it like eats pieces of wood, a pumpkin, and it really looks like a dinosaur. Look at its tail, man. Look at that thing. Look at this animal's eyes, man. It's coming to eat you, Emilio. It's making that noise. The turtle makes noise. It's angry, right? Is it irritated? It's irritated. Yeah, it doesn't want to talk to us on video. Is it going into the little burrow?
These burrows, they have heated stones.
That's why she's there.
That's what I told you, right? On very, very cold days, the animals need to keep warm. So they look for warmth, they go to the heated rocks, and this warmth helps keep their bodies warm. Bye-bye.
Look how amazing this is. Come here, Luis. What's this one called? This is the Montedora.
No.
Her name? She doesn't have one. This one doesn't have a name? No? Then it's Emilia. You can come closer here. Look at her mouth, man. Chris, if I put my finger in there, I'll lose my finger.
Your finger would be gone.
Although this creature is intimidating, there's another I'm even more afraid of, which we'll see next.
So this one is a lagarteo, right? That's the one you're afraid of over there.
But how could I not be afraid of this, man? And then, Luis, you were saying you've already been bitten by this animal?
Yeah. When it's time to clean their enclosure, we have to restrain them. We had one called Fuchinho Preto. Like, only Gustavo and I would handle him, right? Because he was really quick to strike. When you're dealing with him, you have to restrain him. You have to grab his head, the lower part of his body, and you have to be quick.
And is he opening his mouth like that because he's aggressive or not? No.
Yeah.
Did that answer your question?
We took him out of his heated area, right?
We took him out of the heated area.
We pulled him out of his heated area while he was sleeping, so he's very nervous. He's the most common one, right? Salvador Merian.
And with that big tongue, he's kind of picking up information from the environment.
More than with vision?
Just as much as with vision, but that's pretty much his sense of smell. The tongue is the animal's sense of smell. It picks up chemical information from the environment and he interprets what's happening.
And this one, look, I'm really uncomfortable being close to this. Even though he's a very weird animal, he's not exotic because he's Brazilian.
Brazilian?
Yeah, actually you can find it in several places in Brazil, right?
We have several actually walking around here at Butantan.
So, for someone like me who's terrified of animals like this and who comes across, look over there. It's important for us to know what the importance of this animal is. What did God create the tegu for you, Chris?
All animals play an important role in the ecological niches they occupy, right? All animals play a role as long as the population is kept under control. Within the food chain to which it belongs, it plays a fundamental role in controlling other animals because it feeds on them and helps maintain the balance of the environment. Does it eat rats? It eats rodents, yes. So having these animals really brings balance. Every animal does.
Does it not have teeth?
It doesn't have teeth. Actually, they have small teeth, right? But these teeth don't have the function of chewing like mammals do, for example. They are small remnants used to grip food before swallowing it whole, unlike turtles, which have no teeth at all.
And does this one have a name?
This one's White Snout.
White Snout.
He had a brother, Black Snout, the one who bit me, the terrible one.
What about the one with the black snout? Is he somewhere around or have they already moved him?
No, he went somewhere else. He went to another zoo.
I see. He went somewhere else, right? They took him away and...
He went somewhere else.
But Chris, let's set aside the white snout and look at another animal. I feel like I'm entering the Velociraptor cage from Jurassic Park here. Let's go. Can I come in here, Chris? Excuse me. You can, excuse me. Is this an iguana, Chris?
This is an iguana. It's a native Brazilian animal.
Is the iguana Brazilian? Yes. I thought this was all from the Caribbean, but no.
This iguana is ours.
Is that why it's darker? That other one is greener?
Like this? No, that depends on the animal. It depends on the diet. It depends on how it's handled. She also camouflages herself.
Is it like a chameleon?
No, it's not like a chameleon, but she does have that ability. Some days when we look at the iguana, she's got a really beautiful shade, much greener than brown.
Man, how do you guys deal with it? You know, those of you who work with this, with these trends. Sometimes it's turtles, sometimes it's iguanas, sometimes it's corn snakes.
That's why wildlife management needs to be discussed more and more, even political issues and legislation with people and with professionals in the field, even to understand what's being decided about animals that are so unique and require such specific care. People get caught up in this trend of wanting to have, wanting to own, and suddenly it's not what they expected. The animal will require care that's so different from what people are used to with dogs or cats. And then the family gets disenchanted and discards it as if it were an object, right? That's completely wrong.
Yeah, can you hold this one in your hand or not?
We can hold it, or Louise can. Want to hold it?
He already gave it to Louise. Let Louise hold it. Go ahead, Louise.
This is Druida. It's his. Druida?
It's Druida.
He's sweet. He's really sweet.
Really?
He scratches a bit since he has claws, right?
Wow, his claws are big.
He was donated to us and has been here about 4 years, I think.
Uh-huh.
Wow, he's super chill, Druida. It's Godzilla, right?
Man, this creature is really beautiful. I can understand someone thinking an animal like this is cool, but man, having it in your house, on your couch, watching the World Cup with you, that's not ideal.
Right? No, it's not ideal. It's a wild animal.
And this one doesn't bite.
No, you can hold it too if you want.
I'm good. I'm fine, Louise. It doesn't bite? No. I'll leave Druida with you then.
It doesn't bite. It's just a little scratch.
This one brushed me with its tail. Can I give the iguana a little leaf or something?
Its diet is exclusively leaves, right? Leaves and fruit.
It's vegetarian, right?
This one doesn't eat any animal protein.
It's from the chicken. I also thought it ate some fish.
Unlike the tegu is really carnivorous.
This is really cool, but it's important for us to say that even though all these animals here are donations, Butantan doesn't accept any more donations. If you have a small animal like this, there's no point bringing it here. They're already full. Just like my hands are full, but Butantan isn't just this sort of zoo area. It's also kind of a laboratory, which we're going to see now. Now we're somewhere like Dexter's laboratory. What is this place, Chris?
So now we've changed buildings. We're in our scientific breeding facility. This room is an anatomy room where we have animals that died for some reason throughout the laboratory's history, and they are used for educational purposes.
Do you sometimes open these jars and people study them?
We take these animals out and place them on the tables for anatomy demonstrations.
And speaking of anatomy, do we have a real snake skeleton here?
A real rattlesnake skeleton, which is an animal that died, and the staff here in the education department did all this preparation so that visitors can really see the entire bone structure through these windows. Then you might say, this here is the rattlesnake's rattle. Some people ask, why is it painted? Is it painted? Do you see there's a little red here?
Did you put nail polish on it?
Exactly. Why? Because these animals are rotated through our serpentarium, which is over there at Butantan. And to tell the animals apart, sometimes it's hard for us to use the microchip reader.
Is that so? Yes.
So we notice the difference by the color of the rattle.
Rattle, it's completely hard.
See? There's a rattle. I'll get you one to shake later.
But look at the teeth.
But we're going to catch a rattlesnake to draw blood, and you'll see the rattle shaking.
Drawing blood from a rattlesnake. The day just gets better. Bye. Here we have that smell of a place where you get blood tests, because we're going to do a blood test.
We'll do a blood test. This is Matthias.
And Matthias brought us a very different kind of delivery here.
A delivery. Matthias brought a rattlesnake. Yes. Now he's responsible for restraining and handling it. Yes, it has to be a specialized person to do this because it requires a lot of responsibility and care. It's a venomous animal. He'll do it, and we'll watch from a distance. And once the snake is secured, then we step in to do the necessary exams.
And what is the general checkup that we're doing? What do you look for in a snake's blood test?
We look at the parameters just like in our own blood tests, you know, when we go to the lab.
We have the same parameters.
Exactly, several, right? Several values. For many animals, there still aren't any references. So that's a big advantage today of us having a really large collection, rich in species diversity, because we're also doing that. Since we do routine exams, we're able to create standards for some animals that don't have any yet.
Because honestly, you don't know what a normal cholesterol level is for a rattlesnake.
For example, we even have some values, but for many species, we don't.
Man, what a beautiful animal, right? Can I touch it?
Yes, you can. Notice that the characteristics of the ventral scale are different, right? Yes. See how the animal feels? Yes. He asked if it can feel things. It does. It can feel. Once we touch it, the animal feels the touch. This is a stimulus that we are giving.
And man, did you see how strong she is? Yes.
See how strong she is. Luis?
I'm here complimenting her and she gives me that. I'm just going to watch now.
Girl, hold this while I grab a glove. We're getting a glove.
Gloves, great. The gloves are my biggest enemy in every episode. It's normal for people to be afraid because all they see is this. Or in a movie, yeah, or in a situation where they have no control. But I think with you explaining this, you can see that the snake isn't evil. It would even rather evolve ways to warn you off before it bites you.
Drawing blood from a snake is always a challenge. Let's see if my aim is any good.
Right? That's something I'm curious about. Let's see what color a snake's blood is. Ouch, that hurts, buddy. Sorry. Look. Is it red? I thought it was blue.
What was it? What is it?
In my head, it was green, blue, I don't know. It has blood just like ours.
Then we take it out. We check here to make sure it didn't bleed. It's all good.
Perfect. See? It didn't bruise like when I went to Fleury before.
And now what are we going to do? We're going to take this sample.
Are you going to put it in already?
Yes, already. We're going to do an evaluation, a blood glucose test on the animal. We put it here, and I'm going to put a little drop here.
Wow.
40. That's good, not bad, right?
For the rattlesnake, everything will depend now on what we see. If she ate recently, if she hasn't eaten, then we start making a comparison with her whole history.
But can a snake have diabetes?
Yes, they can. These animals can have all sorts of illnesses, many of them very similar to what we have. Of course, there are some characteristics, some particularities, and there are many diseases that we sometimes don't even know about because there is little information about many wild species. That's why it's important for us to do checkups. X-rays, ultrasounds to do routine checkups on the animals.
Sometimes we don't stop to think that animals end up having pretty much the same diseases as we do.
In different ways, with different particularities, because anatomically and physiologically there are differences. But the disease itself, here we take...
Now let's show how to feed a snake. But it's a snake that will be force-fed.
Yes, let's put it that way, yes.
But it's going to be for her own good. So, Chris, we're going to feed her. This is the one you were showing me. You've already prepared her food here.
That's right. This is a special feed for snakes. We prepare it ourselves. I'll draw it into the syringe, insert a tube, and put this food directly into her stomach.
We do this when the little animal is what? Weak? Yes.
When the animals have gone such long periods without eating. There are already signs of weight loss, a decrease in body condition score.
It's funny, it really smells like fish feed. It does, right? It's good. It must be kind of similar, right? Please, Chris, position. It's a big syringe.
It's a large syringe. Everything needs to be nice and rounded so it doesn't hurt her. I've already prepared it. When we put it in, the food will come out through these little side holes here, okay? So Bruna will open her mouth.
Uh-huh. You can see her tiny teeth.
So we have to be careful. The trachea is right here.
Kind of tucked away. I got it.
And we're going to put it in her mouth. Wow. You insert this tube and do the feeding, and then you'll feel it right here, look, passing through here.
You can feel it going down here.
We put in just a little bit and
We let her taste it.
taste it. Then they will hold her upright for a bit so the food goes down and there's no risk of her regurgitating.
Man, it's all about care. It's all about attention. It's really a meticulous process.
Yes, they give a massage to help the food go down and to keep the animal from regurgitating. Because if there's regurgitation, it can be aspirated and go into the trachea, and we don't want that. That could make things worse. There you go.
And you do this with dozens, hundreds of animals here?
Here at Leve, we have close to 300 snakes. So the number of animals, that number varies a little.
You were telling me, Matthias, that this one is mixed? I don't know what the word is because it's a crossbreed.
Exactly. Yeah, this animal, in this case, it's a hybrid, right?
Not purebred?
Yeah, I don't know if we could classify it like that, right? I don't think it's exactly like that, right? But actually, he was a cross between two different species, right? So he undergoes hybridization. Some animals, for example, the Epicaris, sometimes they can end up going through this too, right? This hybridization. Yes, so there's no negative impact on the animal, but he's not, let's say, an animal from a specific species, right? Let's put it that way.
I see. And there are some modifications that I heard are done almost just for aesthetics. That's what we're going to show you now. Well, I'm here between a rock and a hard place with two snakes that are the same species, right? Yes, but they're very different. Why is that?
Both are Pantherophis corn snakes. Okay, but this one here is a scaleless corn snake, right? Or partially without scales, because on her belly we can see the scales, right? She doesn't have scales on her back.
And then, this one here looks totally different.
Yes, there are scales present.
Yeah, this corn snake is also one that some people keep as a pet, right?
Yes.
Yes. Was this scaleless variation bred for that purpose, or was it something...
It's a genetic variation. The fact that it doesn't have scales ends up giving it this more velvety texture.
Yes.
To the touch, it's really nice. It's nice, but it has negative implications for the animal. It's as if the animal becomes less protected. The scale has an important protective role. And this animal really does end up becoming a bit more vulnerable. Can you confirm that for me, Bruna? Yes, it's just that I'm focused here.
Are you really worried about this snake? Since you got here, have you been bitten a lot? Yes. Really?
Yes, but it's fine?
Yeah.
Yeah, I work with bigger animals.
Yeah. So these ones you're holding, are they animals I could touch? Because that's part of your program here, right? Getting people closer. Yes?
Here at the Laboratory of Ecology and Evolution, we have the hands-on snakes and other animals activity. It's something that happens weekly. Okay, by appointment. People go to the website, make an appointment, and go through a visit that's guided and supervised by the educators. And after this activity, they move on to the most anticipated moment, which is holding a snake. And that's exactly the goal, to make people aware that they are important, magnificent beings that we need to respect. I think it's just like any other form of life.
Of course, I actually find it interesting because in my mind, being afraid of these animals can be good so people don't get too close. Yes, but there's also the negative side, because when someone encounters one, they try to kill it.
They try to kill it, and that's the big problem.
Yeah, with these little ones, I can kind of understand that. But now we're going to show some that, like she said, are much bigger. Well, now we're going to check out the anaconda enclosure, where there are snakes, serpents, I don't know how you say it, about this big. Look. Yeah. Is 4.5 meters the maximum size an anaconda can reach? No.
No, that's the size of one of our animals.
That's in here.
That's inside here.
And are we going to go in here?
Yes, we are.
I see. We're going in, and they said they're agitated because they're hungry. Good to know, right?
So this is the anaconda enclosure. It's the anaconda space. We have 3 animals in here. Bruna has already gone in and located the animals, which is very important. Over there, you have to know where they are. Here, there are 2.
2? Yeah. I feel like I'm in a Discovery documentary here. Come with me. Wow, I thought it was small from afar, but it's huge. Bruna, how big is this snake, the smallest one you have?
As I recall, it's just over 2 meters, so about 2 meters, maybe a little more.
Should we take her out of the water? Let's try. Juninho.
Yeah, you're the smallest.
She's huge. Jesus Christ, man. She doesn't really want to get out of the water, no. Yeah.
They never do. That's not nice.
She's all lazy. Wow. Man, this thing is really big. And there, Bruna, what you are telling me is that the old skin is coming off so it can grow, right? That's right?
They're shedding about every 15 days. They came out of an enclosure that was closed. And now they're in this enclosure that's fully adapted, so we have controlled water temperature, humidity, and we even have artificial rain.
Yes.
We have full control to keep the humidity high along with the temperature, since it's an animal from the Pantanal region, right? And it also needs high temperatures to metabolize its food.
For it to grow, it needs to shed its old skin to form a new one. Is that right?
Yes, they go through an enzymatic process where it releases the first layer of skin, releases enzymes to separate these 2 layers. Then it matures the skin underneath, and when that new skin is fully matured, it releases the new skin.
These are skins they've already shed, right?
Yes, they're recent skins.
Can you pick it up and show us? I don't want to risk picking it up.
These bigger scales here, they're the ventral scales, and we set them out to dry because of our work with environmental education, so people can touch them later and feel the texture. As it gets more ventral going up, right, more towards the back, then we have these smaller scales.
Look, it looks like bubble wrap, but it has that aquarium smell, right? It does. You're saying that every 15 days it sheds.
Yes, in general, they're shedding now because they've had a change in care, so they're growing a lot. They can reach 6 meters, 7 meters.
So it gets to 6 meters and then stops because that's its size, or because it dies? What's the maximum size for one of these animals?
Yeah, the anaconda can reach up to about 6.5, 7 meters. Female pythons can reach 10 to 12 meters.
12?
Yeah, 12. The Guinness book says 12 meters.
Lord Jesus. We don't have any of them here, guys. Thank goodness.
Not a single one of them. The biggest semi-aquatic animal we have here is the anaconda.
Down here we have Julieta, who is the biggest of them all. She's a bit sensitive right now because she's in the process of shedding her skin, so she gets a little shyer and stays curled up over there. But there's this other one here, Juninho Junique. Let's see if he'll show up so we can take a selfie with him.
Oh.
Well, there you go. This is the work of the Butantan Institute. If you can, visit. If not, just watch more videos here from Achismos na Vida Real.